Thank you. And I'll tell her in a minute. All right, I'm ready on Lynise. Madam Clerk, I need you to pull. I don't know if we have the file for Lynise still down there, but I need you to. I don't have a case number for this particular case, Mr. Lynise.
Okay.
Is that how you spell his first name? Bryan? Oh,
And yeah.
all right, and then Lynise, Lain, easy. He has two cases, and one might be in there without a date because I adjourned it from, I think, Friday, but I don't see it on the docket. Unless the either one of you had the case number, Ms. Stevenson, Ms. Ritter?
For Mr. Lynise,
Yes.
2305 834201.
And that's the people of the state of Michigan versus Bryan Lynise. The defendant is charged with one count of malicious destruction of trees and shrubbery. And today is the date adjourned for, he's actually before the court on a bond violation, on a bond tether violation. Appearances, please. Oh,
Your
I'm
Honor,
sorry.
this is Maria
I'm
Cox,
sorry.
Spanish interpreter.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Ms. Cox. Raise your right hand for me. I just remembered. Do you swear or affirm that you will translate from English into Spanish anything I say, counsel says, or the clerk says, and from Spanish into English anything Mr. Lynise says to the best of your ability?
I do.
Thank you. Can you interpret what I just said? I'm sorry. Thank you.
Llamaron a su caso, dieron el número de caso 2305834421. Es de haber destruido ciertas propiedades, árboles, algo así, y me juramentaron a mí.
All right. Appearances, please.
Por favor, digan los nombres para las actas.
Good morning, Your Honor. Christina Ritter on behalf of the people, P number 83505.
La abogada Richard dio el número de su licencia y ya está representando al estado de la gente de este estado.
For the record, Your Honor, Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Mr. Bryan Lynise.
Y para las actas, Janice Stevenson representando al señor Lynise.
Mr. Lynise, when you're able, can you have the jail to unmute you and you state your name for the court?
Por favor, señor Lynise, prenda el micrófono y diga su nombre en voz alta, por favor.
Mi nombre es Brian Lynise.
My name is Bryan Lynise.
Okay, and for the record, I appointed the misdemeanor and felony defender's office this morning for this case. They represent Mr. Lynise on another case.
Entonces hoy ella le dijo al abogado que lo está representando en un caso que lo represente en este caso.
I am going to schedule a show cause hearing for the attorney of record, Mr. Miller, who has failed and refused to appear on 3 occasions for this case.
Yo voy a mandarle al abogado Miller, que ha fallado en presentarse 3 veces en este caso, lo que se llama que muestre sus razones por qué.
Está bien, si no, pues yo creo que puedo representarme solo.
That is fine. If not, I will try to represent myself.
No, that's not necessary. I've appointed Ms. Stevenson to represent you.
No, eso no es necesario. La abogada Stevenson le ha puesto que lo represente a usted.
Está bien, muchas gracias.
That is fine. Thank you so much.
Okay, so Mr. Lynise was brought before the court few days ago on a tether violation. And Mr. Lannis has not ever been sentenced on this case that's before the court.
Ese señor Lynise lo devolvieron a la cárcel porque no cumplió una de las reglas relacionadas con el grillete, pero nunca lo hemos sentenciado sobre este delito.
Sí, tengo una pregunta
Hold on,
sobre...
Mr. Lannis.
Un momentico. He said he had a question, Your Honor.
Okay, hold on. It is my intention to go ahead and sentence Mr. Lannis on this case. We are post plea.
Entonces vamos a sentenciar porque estamos más allá, hemos sobrepasado el tiempo de su declaración de culpable o no culpable.
Would there be any objection from the people with respect to the court's intention?
¿Hay alguna objeción por parte del el Estado sobre estas acciones?
No objection from the people, Judge.
No hay
Any-
ninguna objeción de parte de la gente.
Would
Su
there be any
honoría.
objection from the defense with respect to the court's intention, Ms. Stevenson?
¿Hay alguna objeción por parte del abogado defensor sobre este caso?
No objection, Your Honor.
No hay ninguna objeción, su honoría.
Did Mr. Lannis still have a question before I proceeded to sentencing?
¿Hay algo que tenga que decir el señor Lynise antes de que yo dicte la sentencia?
Sí, cuando yo tomé responsabilidad sobre lo que hice, me dijeron, el abogado me dijo que era un caso de una misdemeanor y que eran $750 que yo tenía que pagar. Entonces yo acepté la culpabilidad.
When they first brought me to this case, I accepted responsibility for what happened. And they told me that I would have to pay a fine of $750, and I accepted responsibility.
Y que era
Hold
una-
on, Mr. Lannis, hold on.
Un momentico, señor Lynise, por favor.
Okay, it's my understanding that he has never been sentenced on this case. Am I
Pero yo
correct?
creo que nunca le han dictado sentencia en este caso.
No.
No, hold on, Mr. Lannis, hold on.
Un momentico, señor Lynise.
I
That is
believe that
correct,
to be the
Judge.
case. Mhm.
Okay,
Los abogados contestaron que creen que es así.
okay, so what I'm gonna do is go ahead and sentence Mr. Lannis, and then if he has any questions, Ms. Stevenson, I'll let you talk to him in the breakout room, okay?
Okay,
Entonces le voy a dictar sentencia al señor Lynise y si él tiene alguna pregunta, entonces lo mando a un cuarto privado con usted, señor abogado Stevenson.
Bueno, no creo que he terminado con la pregunta que tenía, me dejaron a medio.
Yeah, you gotta stop talking.
I didn't have a chance to finish the question I have.
Well, you're gonna have to wait and just wait.
Tiene que esperar, espere.
No es justo.
That's
Your
not
Honor,
fair.
could we have this matter recalled so that Mr. Linus can get his, whatever question he wants to ask? I do want to have an opportunity to hear it first.
Entonces yo
please the
quiero que
court.
vuelvan a llamar este caso, que me manden a un cuarto privado para poder contestar las preguntas del señor Lynise.
La traductora no dijo todo.
Okay, first of all, though, Mr. Lannis is gonna stop talking. He has to stop talking.
Primero que todo, usted tiene que dejar de hablar, señor. He said that the interpreter had not translated everything before.
Okay, well, we're gonna, because he's talking too much. He's gonna stop talking.
No hacen nada porque usted sigue hablando. Tiene que dejar de hablar.
So I'm gonna send him back to the breakout room, and you all could find out whatever questions he has.
Lo van a mandar al cuarto privado para que si usted tiene alguna pregunta, se la conteste el abogado.
And then we'll come back out.
Y después entonces regresamos.
Está bien.
That's fine.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Gracias, su honoría.
I need the jail to put him in the breakout room.
Que lo manden al cuarto privado.
¿Cuál es el cuarto privado? Yo no sé de esto.
And then Ms. Stevenson, I'm gonna do Mr. Chapman. Are you ready for Mr. Chapman?
Yes, I'm ready for Mr.
And
Chapman,
then
Your Honor.
I also need you to see if your client can come, Murillo. Did you contact Murillo?
Ms. Morello's on her way, Your Honor.
Okay. So Ms. Ritter, then the answer is yes.
Okay, Judge.
Okay, did they come? Okay, he's frozen. So that might mean they came. And then while I'm calling Mr. Chapman, I am gonna try one more time to bring in this Motorola and this person identified as Davis. Also, well, I'll bring them in later because it looked like Ms. Stevenson working by herself today. All right, this is case number 234525101, the People versus Vernon Talley Chapman. The defendant is charged with 1 count of assault or assault and battery. Today is the date set for pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Mr. Vernon Chapman. Mr. Chapman, sir, please tell the judge your full name.
Vernon Talley Chapman.
Today is the date set for pretrial conference. Ms. Stevenson.
Your Honor, we would move for dismissal for the complainant's failure to appear.
Ms. Ritter.
Your Honor, it's at least the second scheduling of the pretrial conference. The court required the complaining witness, Ms. Sierra Lee, to be present. I don't see Ms. Lee in the waiting room, and I don't have an explanation as to why Ms. Lee is not present. If either of these unidentified devices are not Ms. Lee, we would not be able to proceed based on a complaining witness's failure to appear for at least the second scheduling of the pretrial conference.
All right, the person identified as Malik Davis, can you please state your name for the court?
Malik Jamil Davis.
Mr. Davis, you're not on my docket today, sir. Why are you in my courtroom?
I was scheduled a court date today at 9:30. Me
For
and my
whose-
attorney.
For whose courtroom?
Miss Bryant.
Did you get a text message, Mr. Davis?
No, I did not.
Okay, well, you're not on my docket.
Okay.
So you can call the courtroom and perhaps the clerk will be able to assist you with where you're supposed to be, but you're not supposed to be here. Are you ready
Okay.
to receive the telephone number for my courtroom?
Yes.
313
Okay.
965
965.
2295. 313 965 2295. Call the courtroom and the clerk should may be able to assist you with where you're supposed to be, but it's not. You're not on my docket.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, let's see if the other device is going to connect. I'm gonna give them about another minute, 30 seconds, really.
I think that's Mr. Malcolm, Your Honor, trying to,
Who is Mr. Malcolm?
the other trial, trying to get connected.
Oh, well, bless his heart. He need to come on down to court. Because this is the 5th time I've let the Motorola in. So you might need to call Malcolm if he need to come in person. That's the 5th time the Motorola has come in. So, okay. He needs to make his way on down to court. All right, then, with respect to Mr. Chapman, today is the date set for pretrial conference. The complaining witness was required to appear. They have failed to appear. People have no explanation for the failure. They are unable to proceed. The court is going to grant defense counsel's motion and dismiss the matter without prejudice for failure of the complaining witness to appear. Mr. Chapman, have a seat back in the courtroom. Since you are in person, we will get you a copy of the order of dismissal before you leave.
Okay, thank you.
You're
God
welcome.
bless.
All right, so Ms. Stevenson, I don't know if you already took that in the courtroom, but let's go ahead and rescue the interpreter from the breakout room.
Okay.
Officer Kraft, she looked like she holding out her hand. You could go in there and get it for her.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. And then I'll bring in,
Oop, that's the wrong one.
what you do?
Ugh, I went to the wrong breakout room. Oh, I didn't go anyway, so never mind.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Good morning, Ms. Jordan. I'm going to send you to a breakout room. Please accept to join the breakout room and wait for the lawyers to come in to speak with you. Do not leave the breakout room until you've spoken with the lawyer.
Judge, is this a good time for me to go in the breakout rooms with the complainant
Yes.
witness?
Mhm.
Thank you.
Ms. Drew, can you give me the phone number for Judge Giles's courtroom?
Okay, it's 52282.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Ms. Stevenson, I think we're ready, but the interpreter didn't come out. So was she on the records in the other courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, well, we'll wait for her to come out and then
Okay.
um right. Are we ready?
Ready, Your Honor?
All right, yep, okay.
Your Honor, may I have 5 minutes, please?
Yes, ma'am, come back on when you're ready. Turn your camera.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, well then let's go ahead and do Gooden. Let me turn on my camera. All right, so let's go ahead and do Gooden, and then by that time, Ms. Cox will be ready on Lannis. And then Ms. Ritter, I thought you had 2 witnesses in the breakout room.
I did, Judge. The other witness was having some audio issues.
Oh, so
So,
maybe that's them on this iPhone. Okay, which witness was having the audio issues?
the complaining witness for Castaneda under 830.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's do Glenn, and then I'll let these other people in, but I'm not gonna keep playing with the Motorola. So, Ms. Stevenson, I don't know if you called your client, but they need to come on in person. So I'm not gonna keep playing with the Motorola. All right, I'm ready on Gooden. This is case number 214438001. The People versus Glenn Aubrey Gooden. The defendant is charged with 1 count of retail fraud. Today is the date set for pretrial conference appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
For the record, Your Honor, Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Mr. Glenn Gooden. Mr. Gooden, sir, please tell the judge your full name.
Yes, my name is Glenn Aubrey Gooden, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning, Ms. Gooden. Can you either, I guess, move your chair back a little bit because I can't see but half your face. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, come on closer. All right. Okay, maybe that worked better. All right. Today is the day set for pretrial conference, Ms. Stevenson.
Thank you. Mr. Gooden and I have had the opportunity to discuss this matter, and he's had the opportunity to review with me an advice of rights form. It is my understanding that Mr. Gooden now wishes to waive his rights incident to trial, Your Honor. In that, as by February 1st, Mr. Gooden would have been incarcerated at the Wayne County Jail in excess of 93 days. It is a retail fraud second offense, Your Honor, but Mr. Gooden wishes to waive his rights incident to trial and offer the court a plea of guilty to 1 count of retail fraud in the second offense. We'll be hoping that he'd be sentenced to credit for time served.
Mr. Gooden, your lawyer indicates that you want to give up your right to a trial and enter into a plea today. Is that what you want to do, sir?
Yes, Your Honor, that is what I do. I accept what I did. I'm guilty. I'd like to plead guilty.
Sir, I'm going to share my screen, and on the screen is going to appear an advice of rights form. My question to you, Mr. Gooden, is have you had an opportunity to review for yourself or to go over with your lawyer your constitutional rights? Mr. Gooden, have you had an opportunity to review
Yes.
for yourself
Yes,
or to go over with your lawyer your constitutional rights?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
And when you reviewed your constitutional rights, did you understand them?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Sir, do you understand that this is a misdemeanor and therefore you have a right to a trial? However, if I accept a plea from you today, you will be giving up your right to a trial. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I do understand these.
Have anyone threatened you in any way or promised you anything that was not placed on the record today to get you to enter into this voluntary plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you currently on probation or parole?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand by entering into this voluntary plea, you may be, it may be a violation of your probation or parole?
Yes, Your Honor.
And with that understanding, do you still want to enter into this plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Finally, drawing your attention to number 11 on the advice of rights form, do you understand that by entering into this voluntary plea, you may be giving up your right to an automatic appeal? And if you were to change your mind about the plea, you would either have to request permission of the circuit court to appeal the conviction or request permission of this court to set aside the conviction. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
With that understanding, do you still want to give up your right to a trial and enter into this voluntary plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Stevenson.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Gooden, I'm gonna draw your attention to March 18th of 2021.
Yes.
Were you present at 21431 Grand River in the city of Detroit on that day, commonly known as Meyer Stores?
Yes.
And was Meyer open to the public at the time that you were in the store?
Yes,
Okay. And did you attempt to leave the store with merchandise that Meyer was offering for sale without paying for that merchandise first?
yes,
And had prior to March 8th, 2021, had you been convicted of retail fraud?
yes.
Thank you. Your Honor, with that, defense is satisfied.
Are the people satisfied?
The people are satisfied, Judge.
All right, the court is satisfied. I will accept a guilty plea to 1 count of retail fraud, second offense. Ms. Ritter, I do need you to call Meyer. They were here today, and see if they want to appear for sentencing. If they wish to make a statement, if they can't come back today and they wish to make a statement, then I'll have to adjourn the case. So I'm going to pass the matter for about, give Ms. Ritter an opportunity to contact Meyer.
Okay.
All right. And then while we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and well, let me let these in. Okay, can y'all not unmute? Let's stay muted for now. Ms. Stevenson, I don't know, have you been able to reach your client, Sanders? Because I'm getting ready to release this witness and also remove the trial. Their client's going to be KPS. Unless they're one of unidentified devices.
Which I'm hoping.
All right. Where's the other calendar? Well, I don't know who the iPhone is. The Motorola, I promise you. Well, I guess I can't block it because. All right, so I'm going to remove the Motorola for the 6th time. And then the person on the iPhone is also not connecting. We're going to give them about 30 seconds. All right, Miss Ritter, what is the pleasure of the complaining witness?
So, Judge, I did speak with Mr. Copeland, a representative on behalf of Meyer, and at this time, he did decline to make a victim impact statement for the court, so people are ready for sentencing.
Okay. All right. I'm going to remove the iPhone as well. Okay, so now back to Mr. Gooden. Mr. Gooden, focus your attention towards us. All right, so the court is prepared for immediate sentencing. Is there any objection from the people?
No objection, Judge.
Any objection from the defense?
None from defense, Your Honor.
All right. Anything on behalf of the people with respect to sentencing? I guess we were off the record when the people gave a statement regarding the complaining witness.
Yes, Your Honor. So the people had an opportunity to contact a representative on behalf of Meyer. Mr. Copeland was here this morning, and I did indicate that he had an opportunity to make a victim impact statement for today's immediate sentencing proceedings. He did decline to make a victim impact statement, Your Honor. So the complaining witness will not be making a statement in this case. However, the only thing that people ask is that one, the dates of incarceration are confirmed for Mr. Gooden. I think I heard Ms. Stevenson say February of 2023 he's been incarcerated. If the people can confirm that, we have no objections for credit for time served. And we're also asking for 1 year no trespassing policy per Myers retail fraud agreement with these cases, Judge.
Can the jail please unmute as it relates to Mr. Gooden?
Your Honor, may I just clarify also, what I intended to communicate to the court is that as of February 1st of 2024, Mr. Gooden would have been incarcerated more than 93 days. That he was arraigned on this charge November 13th of 2023. He is in custody he remains in custody as a result of a probation violation. And he's expecting to be released from the Jail Plus program on February 1st, 2024.
Deputy, can you please confirm? Okay.
He wants you. Yes, Your Honor.
Can you confirm how long Mr. Gooden has been in custody at the Wayne County Jail?
Yes, ma'am. Give me one moment.
Okay, thank you. All right, then I'm going to return to Mr. Gooden. Can the jail start the camera as it relates to Mr. Lynise?
Señor Lynise, ¿puede prender su micrófono?
Is somebody at the jail with respect to Mr. Lynise?
Señor Lynise, ¿puede pedir que prendan su micrófono?
They must have gone away. Okay. Oh,
There he is, Your Honor.
okay. Then I'm back on the record in the people versus Brian Lynise while I wait for the deputy to return as to Gooden. Okay, so Ms. Stevenson, I was getting ready to sentence Mr. Lynise and he had some questions. Ms. Spielman, please accept to join the breakout room and wait for the lawyer to come in to speak with you.
Señor Lynise, la jueza dijo que ya estaba listo para dictar sentencia en su caso, pero usted tenía preguntas. Va a comenzar de nuevo.
Mr. Lynise, I need Mr. Lynise not to speak.
Que no puede hablar, señor Lynise.
All right, Ms. Stevenson. Ms. Stevenson.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Lynise did have a question regarding the charge that he was actually to be sentenced on. He wanted to confirm that it was the misdemeanor rather than the felony. And I have assured Mr. Lynise that he stands convicted at this point of a misdemeanor and that he's expecting to be sentenced on a misdemeanor, Your Honor.
All right. I apologize.
La pregunta que tenía, dijo la abogada que la pregunta que tenía usted quería saber si lo estaban dictando sentencia en el delito de cargo menor o el delito de cargo mayor. Ella le aseguró a usted que era el delito de cargo menor en el que lo han encontrado culpable y están listos a dictar sentencia sobre eso.
All right. Anything on behalf of the people with respect to sentencing?
Algo que quiera decir el abogado fiscal con respecto a la sentencia.
Judge, with respect to sentencing, nothing on behalf of the people.
Con respecto a la sentencia, no tiene nada que decir el Estado.
Ms. Stevenson.
On behalf,
Señora Stevenson.
On behalf of Mr. Lynise, Your Honor, we would ask the court to consider sentencing Mr. Lynise to credit for time served if that amount is verified by the Wayne County Jail. And we'd ask the court to consider closing the matter at this point, Your Honor. This is the date and time set for sentencing. I think it's actually like about the second or third adjournment. I don't know that a complainant has ever been present at any of the sentencing days.
Lo que yo estoy pidiendo, señora jueza, es que cierren el caso, el acusador o la persona que dé testimonio en contra de él no se ha presentado 2 o 3 veces. Entonces estoy pidiendo que le den crédito por el tiempo que ya ha servido y que cierren el caso.
Today is not the date set for sentencing. It's the date that was adjourned for a violation of a tether.
Hoy no es el día para dictar sentencia. Hoy lo que estamos aquí es porque rompió las reglas relacionadas con el grillete.
However, the court is going to impose sentence, and you are correct. The complaining witness has not appeared previously for sentencing.
Pero yo voy a dictar sentencia y usted está correcta de que la persona que lo acusa no se ha presentado en las audiencias anteriores.
Would Mr. Landis like to address the court before I impose sentence?
El señor Lynise, ¿usted quiere decirle algo a la jueza antes de que ella imponga sentencia?
Bueno, me gustaría decir pues que durante estado en esta cárcel he estado un poco enfermo, pero me he recuperado y he buscado de las cosas de Dios y estoy dispuesto a darle mi vida al Señor Jesús y seguir su camino.
So I would like to say that since I've been incarcerated, I was sick, but I did get better. And I also have sought the guidance of God and of Jesus Christ. And I think that I will be on a better path.
Okay, I hope so.
Yo eso espero, ojalá.
The court is going to, well, for the record, the court did verify earlier, and I don't remember if that was on or off the record, with the deputy that Mr. Landis has served at least 45 days in the Wayne County Jail.
Yo he clarificado con la cárcel de que el señor Lynise ha estado encarcelado por lo menos 45 días ya.
He served from August the 24th, 2023 to September the 14th, 2023.
Él sirvió desde agosto hasta septiembre del año 2023.
He also served from December the 17th, 2023 to today's date.
Y también ha estado encarcelado desde el 17 de diciembre del 2023 hasta ahora.
Court is going to impose 45 days in the Wayne County Jail, credit for 45 days served, and close the matter out.
Entonces la juez va a imponer 45 días de sentencia, dándole crédito con el tiempo que ya ha servido y cierra el caso.
This is only for this case.
Pero es nada más por este caso.
When is Mr. Landis's next court date on the other case?
¿Cuándo es la fecha de presentarse a la corte del señor Lynise para el otro caso?
Checking right now, Judge.
Estoy chequeando ahora, señora juez.
I believe that to be February 1st at 9 a.m., Your Honor.
And what is it scheduled for?
For final pretrial conference, Your Honor.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I didn't hear the month. I know it's the 1st at 9 a.m. for a final. February?
Yes.
February. Okay, la fecha es el 1 de febrero a las 9 de la mañana para una audiencia preliminar final en el otro caso.
So, Mr. Landis, they're going to let you out of jail today, I believe, on this case.
Entonces yo creo, señor Lynise, que lo van a dejar salir de la cárcel hoy, pues sobre este caso.
But you have
That's
to
fine.
remember that you have another case February 1st at 9 o'clock.
Pero usted tiene que acordarse que tiene que presentarse para el otro caso el 1 de febrero a las 9 de la mañana.
Está bien.
That's fine.
Okay, then we're all set. They should be releasing you, in the next few hours, okay? Have a great day, stay safe.
Entonces ya lo van a dejar salir en las próximas horas. Cuídese, manténgase seguro.
Está bien. Dios bendiga a todos.
That's fine. God bless you all.
All right, thank you.
Thank you,
Okay,
Your
I'm
Honor.
ready. Thank you, Ms. Cox, and thank you for bouncing back and forth.
Thank you so much.
All
Sorry
right.
about that.
No, thank you for showing up today because this was scheduled, before. So thank you.
Have a great day, everybody.
All right, you too. Okay, I'm ready on Gooden, but I want the complaining witness on Sanders to go ahead and start your camera. Deputy, how long has Mr. Gooden been in custody?
He's been in our custody since November 1st of 2023.
Thank you.
No problem.
All right. Mr. Asayev?
Isayev, like a sigh of relief.
Like a sigh of relief. Thank got it. Mr. Asayev. You are the complaining witness as it relates to a matter involving Kristen, maybe I don't know, somebody Sanders though, right? And the matter is scheduled for trial. I have it at 9/10. What was supposed to be the trial date?
Who's that question posed to, Your Honor?
The lawyers. Thank you. Yes.
I have March 5th, 2024, Your Honor.
March
So do
5th.
I.
Okay, March 5th. So we were supposed to go to trial March 5th. Now, I don't know why the I don't know why the defendant isn't here, but I sure would hate to take it off my trial docket since the witness is here. I hate to do that. So what I'm gonna do, normally I would go ahead and issue a warrant. But since the witness is here and clearly wants to proceed with the prosecution of their matter, I'm not gonna issue a warrant for the defendant, but I'm gonna set another final pretrial and the defendant better show up.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm going to set a high bond. So if I need them to show up. The witness is wanting to go forward. I'm going to give the defendant one more chance to show up since it's on my trial docket. But if they don't show up, I'm going to set a high bond. So let's set it for, today is January the what? 8th. All right, I'm going to give Miss Stevenson, I'm gonna give Miss Stevenson to Groundhog Day to find her client.
Okay.
February 2nd. Let's put it on the court's docket for February 2nd. And I'm gonna put it at 9:14. Make sure it shows up at 9:14. And I am noting that you have appeared today, sir. So therefore, you're not required to appear on what's Groundhog Day? I said Groundhog Day. Did I get an actual date? That's so silly.
February 2nd, is that what you said?
I think so. I think that's Groundhog Day. Let me see. Yes, February 2nd. That's the day that we will be more clear as to whether this case is going to go to trial. If the defendant does not appear on February 2nd, I am going to revoke bond, and then I'm going to issue a capias, putting a warrant out for the arrest of the defendant, and that bond is going to be $10,000, 10% plus a GPS tether. So, Ms. Stevenson, find your client.
I'm going to do everything I can, Judge.
All right. So, sir, we'll know after February 2nd if the matter is going to proceed, okay?
So to clarify, I appreciate that, Your Honor. I'm able to join, but not required to on February 2nd?
Exactly. And if you don't join, you can contact Ms. Ritter or the victim's advocate, and they'll tell you if the case is going to go to trial or if I issued a warrant. All right. Have a great day. Stay safe. Happy New Year.
I appreciate it. You too.
Thank you. All right. Back to Mr. Gooden. So we have verified that Mr. Gooden has been in custody since November 1st. Is there anything further with respect to sentencing?
Nothing on behalf of the people, Judge.
Ms. Stevenson?
No, Your Honor, we do just want the court to know that Mr. Gooden is as a result of a probation violation in a matter out of the circuit court. He is he's going to be remaining in custody until February 1st, Your Honor. I don't know if there are going to be any other probation conditions following that, but Mr. Gooden certainly, if nothing else, understands that he should at least stay out of Meyer for the next year. And so I am asking for credit for time served. Sorry about that, Judge.
Oh, that's okay. Thank you. I apologize. Ms. Ritter, the second, the retail fraud second, is that a 1 year misdemeanor? 6 months?
You know what, Judge? It's a year. And I only think that because there's a second or subsequent offense notice attached to it.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Or would Mr. Gooden like to address the court before I impose sentence?
Yes, Your Honor, I would like to address the court. I just like to say that I accept responsibility for what I did. I've been in the Jail Plus program since November, and I'm learning, and I'm just eager to get on with my life, put this behind me. And I just hope that you would give me time served.
All right.
That's what I have to say about it.
I didn't hear the last sentence that you said. You said, I hope you give me credit for time served, and then you said something else.
No, I said that's all I have to say, Your Honor. You know.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so the court is ready to impose sentence. I would do so in the following manner. So November, December, January, that's 60 days, and then February 1st will be 90, at least 90 days, because December has 31 days, and so does January. So that's like, that'll be up to 93 days. Now, this is a 1 year misdemeanor, which does mean that you have a second or subsequent offense notice. I am going to do the following. I'm going to impose 93 days in the Wayne County Jail. I will give credit for 93 days served. So that means once he serves 93 days, which I believe will be February 1st, then he can be released. So I guess actually I should say I'm going to give 93 days in the Wayne County Jail. Let me count specifically then. I think it'll be 93 days, but let me just count. November 1st. So there are 30 days in November, so that's 30. There are 31 days in December, so that's 61. There's going to be 31 days in January. So that's going to be 92, and then February 1st will be 93. So I am going to give him 93 days in the Wayne County Jail, and technically he gets credit for, today is the 8th, so he gets credit for the 61 plus 8. So he gets credit for 69 days served, and then he has to serve 93 minus 69. 93, which leaves 24 days. So he gets credit for 69 days. Credit 69 to be served is 24. And then I'm actually going to also sentence him to 1 year non-reporting probation, with the only stipulation that he cannot get any new offenses, no new offenses, and he cannot enter into Meyer. So no new offenses and no contact with Meyer. And so his final review and discharge date will be January the 8th of 2025. And then no need to appear if no new offenses. and no contact with Meyer. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Gooden, good luck to you. I hope the Jail Plus program works out for you, and I hope you don't get any more offenses, because in a minute you're gonna be bumped up to a felony, okay?
All right, so I got credit for time served.
You got credit for 69 days serving, and by the time you get out on February 1st, then you would have served. Oh, and for the record, the sentence does run concurrent with his current probation violation sentence. So
Thank you, Your Honor.
this is concurrent. He's still going to be released February 1st. That'll be his 93rd day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. Anything further with respect to Mr. Gooden?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
No, thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms.
All right, then we're all set, sir. Have a great day. Stay safe. Okay.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes.
Isabella Morello is here and the complaining witness is here.
Okay. Let's see, what is Jordan scheduled for? Let's do Jordan, and then, and then counsel, I guess, is going to turn on her camera. Let's do Jordan, and then Ms. Stevenson, you can go and finish the your other people, and then you know what I'm trying to say.
I think I just have Hopkins.
No, you have Spielman and Hopkins in the breakout room.
Right, I didn't know if Spillman was for me.
You know all the reviews are for you.
You need to start doing something about that.
Ma'am,
Okay.
I know you're not on your couch wrapped up in a blanket. I know you're not on your couch wrapped up in a blanket and trying to attend court. I know that that's not what's going on, because I know that you spoke to the attorney in the breakout room. And then let's do something different too with counsel, because that is disrupting me. Okay. So Ms. Jordan, don't come back to my courtroom wrapped up in no blanket. Ma'am, this is court. So let's make sure that when we come to court, we have the mindset that everything about court is court except for my location. So if I'm going to log into court from wherever I am, let me remember that it is court. That means that, okay, it's court. That's all I can say. It's court. Okay. This is case number 224511401. I don't want to see that blanket. The people of the state of Michigan versus Crystal Nicole Jordan. The defendant is charged with 1 count of assault or assault and battery. Today is the date set for a final pretrial conference in court, at court, for court. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Janice Stinson appearing on behalf of Ms. Crystal Jordan. Ms. Jordan, may I please unmute and say full name?
Crystal Nicole Jordan.
Today is the date set for a final pretrial conference. Ms. Stevenson, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, Ms. Jordan continues her plea of not guilty, and we continue our demand for jury trial.
The court continues a not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Jordan, sets the matter for jury trial. I don't know where my other calendar is. I might have left it, but we're gonna see, because I know I only wrote up to March. So let's set the matter for jury trial. March 19th, I only have, we're in court. We're in court. We're in court. Court is going to set the matter for March 19th. At 10:30 a.m. with the final pretrial conference February the like that with the final pretrial conference of March 1st. Final pretrial conference is at 9:10. When is the last time the complaining witness appeared, please?
March 27th, 2023, Your Honor.
Okay, just confirm the witness's availability for the trial.
Understood, Judge.
Anything further with respect to Ms. Jordan?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
On behalf of Ms. Jordan, Your Honor, I do understand the complainant is not present today, but there's a mutual no contact order in place. And we're just asking that the people, again, remind the complaining witness to abide no contact condition.
Anything further?
No, thank you, Judge.
No, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so the March 1st final pretrial conference is on Zoom unless Ms. Jordan doesn't know how to come to court appropriately. So we're not going to be wrapped up in a blanket. We're not going to be laying down on a bed, on a couch, in a chair. We're going to sit up straight. We're going to pretend that we're standing at the podium in the courtroom. Otherwise, we have to come and stand at the podium in the courtroom. Bond will continue with no contact between parties. We're all set. Have a great day and stay safe.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome. I don't know why this person didn't move to this main session, but you can go, Ms. Stevenson.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oops. Okay, I'm ready on souls. Can everyone start your cameras? Is council ready on souls? Okay, well, I'm gonna go on a break. I'll be back.
Judge, should I be heading across the street?
We need to do souls, but I guess so. I don't know where the attorney is. Ms. Barkovic, are you ready on souls? Okay, well, come on across the street. She just have to, she just have to wait.
Okay, Judge.
Hello. Hello.
You ran across the street? Did you realize?
Sorry, Your Honor, you said my nails was too long.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, but he was here before
Oh, I was supposed to go over these. Is there some Kleenex out there or some paper towel?
No, I can go get you paper towel.
And you go get some.
Good morning, Judge.
Yes, good morning, counsel.
I just wanted to make sure that the court was aware that I'm here on Damon Souls. I did just substitute in this morning. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. They still give you sense. What's that? Don't be speaking on mountains.
That's when you shut the floor down, because they got a lot of like,
That means
they have to move everybody to one side, so to step out.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't know what that code means.
It's crap brown house. No, we keep it. All right. You're not gonna keep coming in my courtroom acting like. Always coming in cleaning up like. Okay. You said what? Yeah, okay. Okay. What's interesting to me is when I look at him on my computer, I can see his whole face, but when I look at him up here, I can't. That's weird. Okay, well, I guess I'm looking at my computer and not up there. That's weird. Okay. All right. All right, I'm ready on Souls. This is case number 224532301, the people of the state of Michigan versus Damon Soul. Defendant is charged with one count of breaking and entering without owner's consent. Today is the date set for a final pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Rivera on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. Camilla Barkovic appearing on behalf of Mr. Souls, who is present.
Your P number, please.
78254.
Counsel, you're going in and out, so I don't know how that's gonna work, but Mr. Souls, please unmute and state your name.
Damon Souls.
All right, today is the date set for final pretrial conference. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, I am asking for an adjournment of the final pretrial conference. I was just retained to represent the defendant, and I do not have discovery at this point in time.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but so I'm not gonna per se adjourn the final pretrial conference. Mr. Souls is on jury trial track and has been so for quite a while. I don't know why he waited to the day of his hearing to retain counsel, but we're gonna go ahead and enter a not guilty plea on behalf of, or continue a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Souls. And then Ms. Ritter, when was discovery submitted to Ms. Stevenson?
So it looks like the discovery was emailed to, he says Mr. Murad, he probably attorney of record, but that was January 26, 2023.
So the discovery has been submitted a whole year. So the fact that Mr. Souls, for some reason unknown to the court, and it's not my business, waited to the day of his final pretrial to retain counsel, that's his business. But I am going to set the matter for jury trial, and then we will, defense will make sure that they get the discovery. The people can resubmit the link, or we can forward the link, but discovery was given last year, January. I'm gonna set the matter for jury trial. Let's see. Can you pull up April 2nd for me now?
Yes.
How many jury trials do I have?
You have 3 jury trial sets.
And what about April? April 8th. You said 3?
Yes, that's the second. And then the 8th, you have 1 jury trial set.
What's the name on that?
That's Ronisha Williams.
Oh, because I think I'm, yeah, that's, okay. What about, April the 22nd?
April 22nd, you have 4 jury sets.
And then April, so, yes, April 30th, I mean.
Okay. April 30th, you have jury trial set.
The court is going to set the matter for, court is going to set the matter for jury trial April the 30th. Mr. Souls will be third in priority. When, so now go with me, the 2 that I have set on April 30th. Again, this isn't my other book. Give me the name of one of the first one.
Okay, Deshaun Hubbard.
And when, tell me when the final pretrial conference is.
Okay. Final pretrial, yeah. The final pretrial is April 1st.
Okay. And then with respect to the next one, what's the name?
Okay. The name is Martez Reeves.
And then when is the final pretrial?
March 28th.
All right, so the court is going to set a final pretrial conference for Mr. Souls for April the 2nd. And at that time, we will know if Mr. Souls has moved their priority. So I don't know if you need to just send another link for the discovery, Ms. Ritter.
Yes, Judge, so I'm sending that to sister counsel right now.
All right. We'll continue with no contact with the complaining witness. Anything further?
No, thank you, Judge.
I have nothing further, Judge. Thank you very much.
All right, you're very welcome. We are all set until April 2nd at 9:00 a.m.
Thank
Right.
you.
That'll be it on the docket for 9:10. Put it on for 9:10. That lets me know.
9:10 for the
For the final retrial. Yeah. All right. Have a great day. Stay safe.
Thank you. You too, Judge.
Thank you. All right. Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm gonna go talk to my business. Let me tell y'all something. I put myself in here and I can't see if I got this. I gotta do that.
Now I can't see it. This ain't gonna work. Okay. Ms. Stevenson, I'm ready on Spillman and Hopkins.
Ready on Spillman and Hopkins?
And I see that motor roller still in my waiting room. Your client is going to be cavious. If they don't show up in person at this court, they are going to be cavious. So you want probably find a way.
If it please the court, Mr. Malcolm is going to his cellular carrier to have them facilitate his getting on. But Judge, you have him on your docket to check in at noon. And he'll do it before then, Judge. The court did give Mr. Malcolm permission to reside outside of the state of Michigan, but he understands that he has
reside out of the state of Michigan if it didn't interfere with his ability to attend court. Today is trial day, so he better, okay, he can do what he's gonna do, but he's going to be cavious if I don't see him on Zoom or in person. One of the two, he's going to be cavious. Okay.
That's understood. That's understood.
Hopkins, I'm ready on Hopkins. I got this with my regular glasses. You can't need readers and be aware of content to work. It's just for going out. This right here. This don't even make sense. Ms. Hopkins, all right, thank you. This is case number 204527201, People versus Ajane Hopkins. Defendant is charged with 1 count of guns, reckless use. Today is the date set for review. Ms. Stevenson.
Janice Stevenson, appearing on behalf of Anthony Hopkins. Ms. Hopkins, ma'am, please tell the judge your full name.
Anthony Janice Hopkins.
Today is the day set for review. According to Ms. McCall, Ms. Hopkins was placed on probation for 12 months back in June 2022. So that doesn't tell me about when I put her back on probation, because clearly that math doesn't add up because we're in 2024. She did complete the anger management, had a mental health evaluation. She screened as directed, and then I suspended her screens. She completed the handgun intervention, but it says on December 20th, $640 was converted to 64 hours of community service, and there's been no verification of the community service. Ms. Stevenson.
So Ms. Hopkins did give a letter to the probation department, Your Honor, but Ms. Green
a letter about
having completed the community service, but
no, letters. That's not, where she completes community service, who giving letters? We don't give letters.
Understood, Your Honor. And according to Ms. McCall this morning, Ms. Green did attempt to call the phone number in that letter to verify compliance, and she's not been able to get in touch with the person who gave that proof. So,
Where is, first of all, it's a lot going on right here. Who sent her to this community service place where we wouldn't have the phone number?
So that's a problem, Your Honor. According to Ms. McCall, that was not a referral from probation.
It's zero. She don't even never need to contact those people. She never needs to contact the person who provided that letter. And that's why I know it wasn't a place approved by the court, because we don't function and operate in letters. We have a form, and the places that we have approved, they fill out that form. And then the form, it has sign in, it has initials, it has the hours completed, it has the days completed. So she never has to reach the people on that letter. She never has to reach those people, because the only community service that we're doing is community service that was approved by probation through probation. And so I don't even know why Ms. McCall would have told her we was calling a phone number. We're not doing that.
Your Honor, I think at the December hearing, we did advise the court that Ms. Hopkins completed that community service at a local Detroit precinct, the police department precinct. And so I believe that the court was just waiting for the probation department to be able to verify that. That hasn't happened yet.
You said in December, I said she could do her community service at the precinct.
Because that's where she had already done it. Let me see what day that was.
I gotta go upstairs and get my notes, because that don't even sound like, hold on. Let me pull this up. Let me flip up.
That would have been from December. Let me get the date here.
December of 2000 and this December that just went past.
Yes, but let me
December
just
2023.
23.
That would be right in my memory. I don't even have let me say this. So let me help somebody. I don't know. So my notes from Miss Hopkins.
Sorry, Judge, it's September 21, 2023. I'm sorry, not December.
I was gonna say that is not correct. I did not even have a note, and I'm looking at my last note right here. Now, what's interesting is even on the last note from September 21st, I don't see anything that said I was waiting on something from the police department. What precinct? I mean, what precinct? And let me say this, when I'm looking at the note from June 28th, so let's continue. Every time we come here, we're in the same situation. So June 28th, the update was the update, and then it said she's yet to provide proof of 64 hours of community service. That was in June of 2023. Then we came in September, and she still didn't have proof of the community service. Now, let me say something to you. It's one thing I know for sure, and two things I know for certain. That the precinct that she allegedly did this community service at is still standing. That's one thing I know for sure. And then the second thing that I know for certain is that they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, what we're not gonna do is sit up and say, I've been trying to call a phone number to a police precinct that is open 24/7. So let me tell you this, my permission, if I did give it, because I don't have any notes to say that I did, but let's just say I did. I'm gonna give you the benefit of that doubt. That I said she could do the community service, I would take credit, the credit for the community service she did at the precinct, I revoke it. I revoke the permission, because that is the most ultimate of laziness. You're gonna tell me that a precinct is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The building has not moved, the address has not changed, and Ms. Hopkins hasn't taken the initiative to go down to the precinct and say, listen, I'm trying to get off probation. Can y'all give me the letter for the community service that I've done? And then when the officer said, we don't know what you're talking about, then she would have said, okay, then let me get the sergeant. And then the sergeant gonna say, we don't know, we can't give you no letter. Then she gonna say, let me get the lieutenant. Let me get the captain. Let me get the inspector. Let me get the commander. You see what I'm saying? The building is there. The people are there. They have not moved. I've revoked my permission. I'm gonna
So Judge, if
extend
I
it-
may, she has a letter and she's given the letter to probation.
That's not, no. Anybody can create a letter.
Okay.
Say that to you.
We just want to
Anybody-
be clear with that. She gave the letter to probation, but probation hasn't been able to contact the precinct judge. And beyond that, that's not where they sent her to. So I think I agree that that's the central issue. We just don't want the court left with the impression that Ms. Hopkins didn't give any proof to the probation department. Probation shouldn't have to chase it down, but she did give.
She didn't. She didn't. She submitted some letter with some number. That's not proof of community service. If it can't be verified, she didn't. And by the time we've come in June and September, and she still didn't go there and say, listen, the people trying to call you. No, ma'am, this is ridiculous. Okay, let's move on. She has to go to a place of proof through probation. No, I will not accept any community services done at the police department. No.
Okay.
And so let me also explain. This is grace, mercy, and all the stuff wrapped up in together. Grace and mercy and some other stuff, seasonings we put in the pot, and the people pay. That's what's going on right here. Because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And let me tell you even the answer to this question. No, she cannot now go to the precinct and have the person call probation. That should have been done in June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That should have been done. She has 64 hours of community service and she has 60 days to complete it, or else I'm going to revoke the probation.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
So we're going to come back. April the I'm gonna put it on April 9th, but I don't know if that's gonna actually be April 9th. No extensions. Listen to me. No extensions. None. No extensions. In fact, I wonder if I even have any more time on it, but no extension. No extensions. No extensions. And then she could do community service or workforce. I don't know if our workforce program has started back up. I don't want to hear that the place that they sent me to didn't give me enough hours. I don't want to hear that. She needs to get 2 and 3 and 4 locations so she could do the community service, because I'm not listening. I'm not listening. All right, we're all set.
Could I have Ms. Hopkins back in breakout just briefly, Your Honor, but I don't have anything else for the record.
Briefly, because we get ready to start your trial. So yes, and briefly, like really briefly.
Okay.
Okay, so let's read. Let's go through. All right, I'm ready on Spielman. This is case number 23455. Strike that. That's not the case number. The case number is 23570-0301. The people versus Tanisha a middle name that starts with a Z, Zanine or something, it might be cut off, and then Spillman, the defendant is charged with attempt police officer assaulting, obstructing, resisting. Today is the day set for review, Ms. Stevenson.
Ms. Stevenson, appearing on behalf of Tanisha Spillman. Ms. Spillman, ma'am, please say your full name.
Tanisha Zanikia Spillman.
Today is the day set for review, and Ms. Spillman was placed on probation by me for 12 months. Today is her first review, and she is using marijuana without a valid medical marijuana card. She's going to stop or go to jail. I don't know why Mr. Sciatti is telling me that she requested if she can attend. Okay, because I didn't see requested. Motor City of Hope instead of eBay. I don't know anything about Motor City of Hope, so I don't know the answer to that. You should have given me some more information. Can you call Mr. Sciatti for me and let me speak to him? All right, Ms. Stevenson.
So, Your Honor, we are asking the court if that is an anger management facility approved by 36th District Court. We'd ask Ms. Spillman be able to do counseling there, where I think she could do it without paying. In addition, so Ms. Spillman is asking the court to give her community service in lieu of costs and fines, Your Honor, understanding that her mobility is significantly impaired due to the fact that she's had that very recent automobile accident and does not walk at this time. The conviction has interfered with her ability to get a job. So she can't pay her costs and fines, and she is having trouble paying for pretty much everything that she has to pay for. But she understands that there may be some community service opportunities that would not require her to walk. So she is asking for community service in lieu of costs and fines.
Okay, give me 1 second. Good morning. Yeah. Question for you. I'm doing the review for Ms. Spillman. And in your report, you said that she requested that she can take Motor City of Hope. Is that a place that's on our list, or that's something that you need to do? Oh, okay. Okay. But now, do they do anger management or do they do BB classes? There is a difference. Right. Okay. All right. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Right. Okay. Thanks. All right. It ain't bothering nobody. It's bothering me, but I don't understand why it is. But look, on mine though, it's not. It's regular. Like it's regular. Okay. Anyway. Okay. All right. So a couple of things. So Ms. Stevenson, apparently Judge Garrett's courtroom does use Motor City of Hope. So I will allow it. A particular situation, but it's not going to be where I send people. I need to hear more about the program, and I need to hear some praise reports, because otherwise they could be just up in there sitting. I mean, I don't know who funds them, but I need to make sure we're getting results. I need to make
Okay.
sure we result for it. Other thing is, of course, you know, I'll allow community service in lieu of fires and costs, but what I'm not gonna do is then accept a whole bunch of excuses about why we can't do community service. So please understand that I will allow community service in lieu of payment of fines and costs, but then you have to do the community service. So how much what's her balance? Cause I imposed, I didn't even put a total on here, that's interesting. 1110. So of the 1110, I can convert 900 to 90 hours of community service. And I'll continue her to the final review.
And is the, yes, briefly, Your Honor, so is the court's normal order that once the community service is ordered, that the money is paying is no longer an option?
Yeah, I'm not playing ping pong, tennis, and volleyball with money and community service. So if she wanna wait and see if she can pay, we could do that, but I'm not playing ping pong, volleyball, or tennis.
Ms. Spillman, the court is indicating that if you want to do community service, she'll change it, but she won't change it back. Do you want to make that decision now to go ahead and change it, or would you like to wait to try to pay?
If I can do road mobility, as far as what I gotta do, I'll agree. Cause I can't really move that.
Cause she's saying I'll agree. We're not agreeing to stuff. So she's gonna pay. I'll give her, cause again, I don't, okay, okay. She isn't sure that she's gonna be able to do community service based on her mobility issue. Therefore, she has to pay. Now, the court has offered an alternative to payment, and it sounds like she's rejecting the alternative to payment, and therefore she's gonna have to pay unless she can do community service, alternative workforce. So let's give her some more time to think about it.
Okay.
Her final review date is October the 23rd. Let's come back in August and see what's going on. All right. I'm ready for the trial. This is taking much longer than I wanted it to. I'm ready for the trial. Let's bring everybody in.
Do we have an August date, Your Honor?
That's what I just said, Ms. Dixon. Okay.
I know the date in August.
Okay, give me a minute, Ms. Dixon. I'm looking at my calendar.
Oh, okay.
All right, the court is going to put it on the docket for August 22nd at 1:30.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Come on up, I'm ready. All right. Have a great day. Stay safe. I'm ready on.
I'm gonna come in there, or you want me to finish this? Okay.
This is case number. You can have a seat, please. Case number 146239201, People versus Hubert Michael Malcolm. Defendant is charged with operating while intoxicated and driving while license suspended, revoked, denied. Today is the day set for trial. Appearances, please. For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Janice Stevenson on behalf of Mr. Hubert Malcolm. Mr. Malcolm, sir, please say your full name.
Hubert Michael Malcolm.
I'm so glad you found a way to log in. Today is the day to trial. Are the people ready to proceed?
Judge, today is the day time set for trial, and people are not ready to proceed, but I would like to make a record.
You may.
Thank you, Your Honor. So in preparation for today's trial, Your Honor, the people did reach out to the trooper who was still employed with MSP, Trooper Doyle. I did explain what the charges were, and I did send over a copy of the investigative report due to the agent's case. From my understanding, Trooper Doyle did respond to the people and indicated that he has no independent recollection of this case, and with that, Judge, the people will not be able to proceed based on it.
Ms. Stevenson,
Dismissal, Your Honor.
court is going to grant defense counsel's motion for dismissal as the people are not ready to proceed. As their witness has no recollection of the events independently of his report, the court is going to mail you a copy of the order of dismissal for your records. Have a great day and stay safe. All right, Ms. Stevenson, you can go quickly into that breakout room and then we're ready to try.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. I'm glad I ain't having this right now because. Why y'all just say, Ms. Reed, you always somewhere do something. You ain't say just something on purpose, but you don't get it. Look at Ms. Reed. Look at Ms. Reed. Why you got too long? She's so silly. That's my late prosecutor. She's so silly. Go ahead. I didn't even lock in that other number. I probably deleted it.
No, just put that in my work.
Well, I'm sure you're gonna get it back to me.
I do have a lot of people that just moving the time.
Oh, they couldn't.
I wasn't able to.
Oh,
That, I mean, you don't need them.
I see it.
I didn't need this.
Three trials back to back to back. I mean, we have an other. We missed other. All right. Then it looks like we are ready. This is case number 22-444-6201, the people versus Isabella Murillo. Defendant is charged with 1 count of malicious destruction of property. Today is the date set for trial. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Rivera on behalf of the people, P number 83505.
And for the record, Your Honor, Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Mrs. Isabel Murillo. Ms. Murillo, ma'am, please tell the judge your full name. Isabel Murillo.
Thank you. Today is the day set for trial. Are the people ready to proceed?
Judge, the people are ready to proceed to trial.
Is the defense ready to proceed?
Defense is ready to proceed to trial, Your Honor.
All right. And with respect to the trial, are there any preliminary matters before we proceed?
Judge, 2 on behalf of the people, first judge, people do order a sequestration motion in this case. My OIC is not present due to the time frame because of that.
All right, the motion for sequestration is granted and it is canceled. Ms. Dixon, other than whether your client will testify, are there any of your witnesses in the
in the hallway?
Yes, Your Honor, we have one potential witness referenced in the body of the investigator's report. That witness is my client's mother. Her name is Jessica Martinez.
All right, so can you please go inform Ms. Martinez of the sequestration order, make sure she's not logged into the YouTube.
Okay.
Before she does that, my other request is that just how stipulates to no. So, well, go ahead and consider 3. Well, go talk to your witness. I mean, let your witness know.
Okay.
So they can't log in. I'm gonna have officer check in. Ms. Murillo, you may be seated. Yeah. All right, anything, give her a chance to look at it. You can start and she'll tell me. Okay. Will there be an opening on behalf of the people?
Very briefly, Your Honor.
All right, you may.
Thank you. Your Honor, the people bring forth a case where an incident happened on September 12th, 2021. The complaining witness, Miranda Rodriguez, and her sister, Kayla Rodriguez, were visiting a friend's house. The court would hear testimony that Miss Miranda Rodriguez went into the home to use the bathroom very briefly. A few seconds later, there was reports from her neighbors and her sister, Kayla Rodriguez, that Miss Isabel Morello approached this location, which was a residential house in the city of Detroit, and had a big cement rock in her hand, attempting to break the windshield of Miranda Rodriguez's car, Your Honor. The court will hear testimony that Miranda Rodriguez, who was the complaining witness, was with her sister, Kayla Rodriguez, who witnessed the event. The court will hear testimony from Ms. Kayla Rodriguez that as she was sitting in the car, Ms. Morello approached the vehicle with this rock and attempted to smash the front windshield of Miranda Rodriguez's car. Your Honor, the testimony from the eyewitness is key in this case because, again, Ms. Miranda Rodriguez was in the home using the bathroom when the events occurred. So the court will actually hear the testimony from the eyewitness, Kayla Rodriguez, as to what happened on that day at that location in the city of Detroit. The people do intend to produce exhibits 1 through 3 that indicate the rock that was used, the damage to the car, and the amount, which was over $200 for less than $1,000. Once the court hears the testimony from the witness and sees the exhibits established from the people hope that this court returns a guilty verdict of count 1, malicious destruction of personal property, 200 or more, but less than 1,000. Thank you.
All right, will there be an opening on behalf of the defense at this time?
Very briefly, Your Honor. So we do not agree that the people would be able to prove beyond a reasonable doubt the events transpired the way the people would like the court to believe. We believe the evidence is going to show that on the night of this incident, it was my client was home with her family during the entire time that this incident was to have transpired. We do have available a witness who is able to testify as to where Ms. Murillo was when this incident was supposed to happen. And that witness, Your Honor, is actually the person who called the police to her house. We believe the evidence is going to show that that's where the police came into contact with the complaining witnesses, Your Honor. And the only reason the police came out is because my client's mother called the police after these witnesses showed up with another individual who has against whom my client has a personal protection order, banging on her door. Ms. Murillo having absolutely no idea why they were there. We believe that the people will not be able to show that my client did any damage to anybody's property or was looking at the location where she's accused have been found, and we would ask the court to find her not guilty at the closing proceedings.
All right, you may call it first witness. Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, the people would like to call Kayla Rodriguez. You see what I'm saying? I'm on my way down. Rodriguez, RG, Step forward, ma'am. Step forward, step forward. Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yeah. Okay, all right. I actually need a minute. Apparently now Judge Giles' courtroom is ready for me to go and do my final decision, so I will be back in about 10 minutes, so just give me a maximum 10 minutes. Should the witness take, she can sit in the
Can we step out, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And then Ms. Ritter, I actually also forgot, you have two witnesses. Tell your other witness about the sequestration order. I did before. Oh, okay.
And this is Wednesday. Okay.
I did, the one I had was much bigger.
For executive session, committee minutes is required.
Thank you. All right, I'm ready to proceed. May proceed. Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon, Ms. Rodriguez. So, Ms. Rodriguez, there's a microphone right in front of you. If you need to adjust it, you can. It moves up and down. And then just make sure you keep your voice up and speak directly into the microphone for the court and for the court report, okay? Okay. All right, thank you. Ms. Rodriguez, please state your full name for the record. Kayla Rodriguez. Thank you. And Ms. Rodriguez, I want to take you back to September 12th of 2021. Do you recall that day? Yeah, I was with my sister. Okay. And on that day, were you at address on 8809 Mason Place? Yes. And is that the city of Detroit? Yes. And is that within the county of Wayne? Yes. Okay. And who were you at that location with? My sister Miranda and two of her other friends. I kind of forgot their names. Okay. How did you get to that location? My sister drove. Who's your sister? Miranda. We were dropping two of her friends off at that address. Okay. And what happened when you arrived to the home? My sister Miranda was walking up to the house with the two boys, and she told me, I'll be right back, I'm going to use the restroom. And where were you at this point? She told me to get in the back seat. Of what? Of the Equinox Chevy. Okay. And the Chevy Equinox, who did this car belong to? Her. Who's her? My sister Miranda. Okay. So your sister and these people go into the home and you're inside of the vehicle, correct? Yeah. Do you recall where you're parked? On the side street facing I think north. Okay, so were you it was like a one-way street. Okay, so when you say north, were you facing in the direction of the house or were you facing the opposite direction? Opposite direction. Okay. And what happens after you get in the back seat? I was on my phone and all I remember somebody had a cement brick and smashed the front windshield. Okay, let's go back just a little bit. So, do you recall if it was daytime or nighttime? Nighttime. Okay. And you're in the back seat? Yes. And this person that had a cement brick, where were they? Outside of the car. What part of the car? Like near the passenger side on the right side of the Equinox. Okay, and when you say passenger, are you saying the front passenger or the back passenger? Front passenger. Okay, so this person is standing in front of the front passenger in front of the car. And where are you? Are you behind the passenger or behind the driver? Behind the passenger. Behind the passenger, okay. And when you say this person had a cement, say that again, I'm sorry. Cement block, kind of like shaped as like a rock, kind of close to it. Do you remember how big this cement rock was? I would say about like 5 to 10 pounds. Okay. With your hands, can you show me how big inside? This big. I can't see it. Okay. Judge, hold it up a bit. So the judge, for the record, she's holding out both her hands. It looks like that. Like about 5 to 10 inches. Yeah, about 5 to 10. Okay. So did you see who this person was? Like I seen like the kind of the face glint. Okay. The face what? Face like kind of like a glint at the face. Okay, the person that's face when you saw, do you see them in the courtroom today? Yes. Okay, can you point that person out and tell me what they're wearing? Burgundy shirt. What else? And black pants. Judge, may the record reflect identification of the defendant in of the ruling. The record reflects identification. Okay, and what did this person do with this rock? Threw it at the windshield. Okay. Do you recall what part of the windshield? The front passenger windshield. 1 second.
They either gotta bring it up or. Thank you. And what did you do after, Ms. Morello threw this rock?
I got down, like they had to like the cover.
Okay, and where are you at this?
When she left, I got out of the car. There was people came from the neighborhood who was sitting outside.
People came from what?
From their houses to the car.
Oh, from wherever they were. That's
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And I texted my sister.
Who's your sister?
Miranda, and she wasn't answering. I went up to the house and I told her that somebody smashed the front windshield.
Okay, so let me go back just a little bit. Ms. Rodriguez, do you know who Ms. Morello is?
All I remember, it was my sister Miranda's friend's baby mama.
Okay, have you seen her before this incident?
Not really, but my sister and her friends were showing me pictures of her because she kept calling my sister nonstop and texting her, and they kept calling my sister with no caller ID.
Okay, so what did you do after you let your sister know what happened to her car?
Her one friend told her like we could go to her house and like confront her about it.
Okay, without telling me what anyone said, what did you do next after this rock was thrown at the car?
I went up to the house and I told my sister that somebody smashed the front windshield, and she said, "Are you sure? Like, are you joking?" And I'm like, "No,
okay,
I'm not joking."
Without telling me anything that anyone else said, what did you do after?
I got out of the car and like looked around and I seen like the front windshield got smashed in.
Okay, and what did you do after that?
And then I went up to the house to let my sister know.
Okay, after you let your sister know, what did you do after that?
We went back in and I showed her, then she told me to look for like what she smashed the car with. So
why did she tell you to look for what she smashed the car with?
That's speculation.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. You have to respond. I heard the question. Okay. Why did you look for the object that smashed the window?
To see like if she like smashed, like if she had like a baseball bat or she had found like a cement block on the ground.
Okay, so what did you do next?
So I took the picture of the windshield.
And what else?
And the picture of the cement block.
Okay. Judge, at this time, people like to publish people or exhibit 1 and 2 to the court. And they were stipulated to by the defense counsel for the record. I don't think they were stipulated on the record. I never did, but Steve sent those are exhibits 1 and 2.
Yes, Your Honor, stipulated.
All right, and the court receives exhibits 1 and 2. Did you say publish or? Yes. Okay. Can I approach you? All right.
I'm sorry, for clarification, which is the brick?
I'm sorry.
It's pretty, there are 2 people in the waiting room. I'm not sure. Are you expecting Mr. Curry, right?
Yes, Judge, that is the complaint witness for the trial courts.
And what about? That's the ages T253.
That is my OIC for this.
For this case?
Yeah. You said Tia? My OIC is Detective Tia Davis. I'm assuming, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that look like, that might be somebody named Tia Davis. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself for me. We can't hear you, ma'am. Can you unmute yourself? Anything you can do?
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Are you the OIC on this case we're doing right now?
Yes, ma'am. I'm Detective Tia Davis.
Okay, so, I don't know when we did the order of sequestration. I know Ms. Ritter said she hadn't been able to reach the OIC because we started early. So, but did I say with an exception for the OIC? I don't believe so. Any objection? I'm gonna let the OIC stay on the screen if she wants to. She's not gonna testify, is she?
No, you're.
Do you need her to testify?
I might.
Okay, Detective Davis, are you able to, we did start the trial because I have another trial. Ms. Dixon, you say you might.
Yes, I might, Your Honor.
When you gonna know? Detective, how far are you from court?
I'm 10 minutes away.
All right, come on down to court, Detective, come on down.
Okay, I'm on my way.
All right, thanks.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Mr. Ritter, you may continue.
Thank you, Judge. So, Ms. Rodriguez, after you took the pictures, what happened next? Without telling me what anyone said, what did you do next? I'm sorry.
We went to Isabel's house.
Who is we?
My sister and her friend, Miranda and her friend.
Okay, and were you present with them?
Yes.
Okay, and what happened after you got to Ms. Morello's house? Without telling me what anyone said, what happened?
They got out of the car, so I got out of the car with them.
Who was that?
My sister and her friend.
Okay, and when you, your sister, and her friend got out of the vehicle, did you see Ms. Morello?
Yes, she came outside.
Okay, and without telling me what anyone said, what happened when Ms. Morello came out?
My sister and my sister's friend, they're arguing back and forth.
Okay, and what happened next?
And I think Isabel's mom called the cops.
Okay,
And
did the police arrive at this location?
Yes.
Okay, and did you have a chance to speak with the police about this incident?
Mm-hmm.
At this location?
Yes.
Okay, did you give a statement that day at this location regarding this incident?
No.
Okay, did you speak to the police after this incident?
Yes, we went down to the police station. I was with my sister and we went down to the police station.
Okay, and at that time, did you give a statement to them?
Yes.
Okay. I have one more question. You may. No further questions, right?
Cross-examination.
Good afternoon, Ms. Rodriguez. So, before September 12th, 2021, had you ever seen Isabel Morello?